That's like the bell in the boxing ring. I didn't have a bell. I had a cowbell. But championship Friday night. 2 champions. Started with 8. We're down to the final 2. Dan from the Bourbon Junkies will be going up against Jason, the Mash and Drum, tonight. And if you haven't tuned in, these have been really good. The others are up on YouTube. You can go catch those. Watch the live, though, tonight. Watch the championship, then go back and watch the others. Rules are they're going to we've got 5 samples tonight since it's the championship. We've only done 4 samples in the other rounds. 5 samples tonight. Test these guys' knowledge. They will guess the age of the whiskey, and these are blind samples. They both have the same 5. They're going to guess the age of the whiskey, the ABV of the whiskey, the region, and the cask type. Extra credit points will be the SMWS flavor profile, 1 of 12, and a possible stab at the distillery that the whiskey came from. So anyway, I'll bring in our guest tonight. He's in Ohio. He roots for Michigan. The other guy tonight's in Michigan, and he roots for Ohio. Jason, Mash and Drum. What's going on, Jason?
What's going on, man? How are you?
Good. Couple hard-fought victories for you to get you to this point.
Yeah, both of them were super close. Had a little bit of a comeback victory against Jacques, and me and Leanne went toe to toe, man. But just edged her out. That last one, it's just incredible because she had a chance to maybe take it over because we were so close, but we both had the same guesses. It was crazy. So
nice. And he's getting ready. He's got on an ugly Christmas sweater in the cold tundra of the north.
Look at that.
Damn.
How are we not going to wear a T-Rex ugly Christmas sweater? There's no way I'm not. I bought these Christmas sweaters for Advent, and I thought to myself, there's no way I'm not wearing the coolest one I bought.
That one is cool. Is that part of the Walmart collection?
100%.
I knew it. They have some crazy Christmas sweaters.
Dude, they have literally the best Christmas sweaters on planet Earth.
All you probably had to do is just reach out to your Patreons and just say, hey, we need ugly Christmas set sweaters. Send them in.
That's true.
You'd have like a deluge. There'd been like boxes showing up of ugly Christmas sweaters.
Yeah. Would have had some real ugly ones too.
Yeah. What we should do is we should have like an ugly Christmas sweater knitting contest and have our patrons see who can knit the best. Winner gets like 5 free picks or something, something like that.
Yeah, but the prerequisite is you have to have no knitting experience.
0. I want the worst. I want like the nipples are through the sweater, awful. Like
yeah.
No one wants to see that.
Nobody wants to see it more than once. Scott, more than once is the key.
You want to see it once to laugh, but then you're done.
100%.
Yeah. I find myself oddly staring.
I can't look away.
Is that it? Is that an ornament? Oh God, it's a nipple.
All right, so we got 5 samples tonight. It's just you guys. Of course, nobody following you up. This is the championship. Take your time. All the rules from last week are still in place. It's exactly the same. Whoever's closest or right on with the age, region, ABV will be plus or minus 2 points again there to get the ABV point. Cask type, once again, is exactly the same as we've done. You got to hit the cask type hit it right on the nail on the head. Couldn't think of what I was trying to say there to get the full point. If you get, if you say it's a bourbon hogshead and it's a bourbon barrel, you're going to get half a point because it was in the same genre of whiskey. And then extra credit points again in case of a tiebreaker are our flavor profile. There's it'll be 12 different ones to choose from, and then possibly distillery that the whiskey came from. So, Dan, I know Jason, you got yours poured. Dan is pouring his. Whenever you guys are ready, just we'll do these one at a time again. So, starting with sample A. Any questions before we begin? Comments?
Yes, sir.
No, I think going through this a couple times, definitely ready for it. Here we go.
I've got them poured. I'll be sampling them right along with you.
So I'm assuming that, like last round, these were, purposely thought out, selected.
I can't say if these were random or handpicked.
Oh, these are 100% handpicked, and me and Jason are about to get rocked by Scott's tomfoolery.
100% handpicked.
Yeah, without a doubt.
No tomfoolery. No tomfoolery. While you guys are nosing, I'll go through a little bit. A lot of comments rolling in. People tuning in here. I'll go through, just do a little roll call while you guys get into sample A there. Kelsey Dime is tuning in. She says, let's go Jason C. Dale Barbu is here. Northwoods Whiskey Nerds. Barter Hordes with a D. The Whiskey Franco. Lucky Luciano. Jordan Wall. Big Ed. Mamuka 1977. Stewart of Butte. Luke Stevens, Large Woolly Bugger.
That's a great name.
Yeah,
that's an incredible name.
I do love that. Large Woolly Bugger.
That's some Bigfoot stuff right there.
Mm-hmm.
Isaiah V, Emil Oliver, Ryan Shaw, George Kaplan, T. Roy, Rob R., Tim Swope, Scuba Summer,
Scuba Steve,
Dunny, Adam Dorman, Ryan D., Joe Combs, Samuel Strasbaugh, jumped on me, Jay Spittler, Daniel Cleric, Big Vic's Backyard BS. He says, you going down, Dan. Let's go. My money's on Jason.
Completely agree. Mine is too, actually. So I got $500 on Jason. So
Ted Adams is here. He says, I'm here to see Dan spontaneously combust. Dan's had a habit of drinking all of his samples during these. So
if you're going to send me good whiskey and then ask me not to drink it, I don't know what we're doing here.
You know what I mean? It's not like these are like off the shelfers, blind. This is, SMWS cast strength Scotch. I mean, it's not like we're not going to drink it all.
Yeah.
Every sample you've sent me, I finished out that night.
Nathan Redmond is here. Mason Felter, Mr. Great Shot, John W., Tyler Smith, Tommy D., Cool Running, Thunder Dan, Glock Juice, G-Lock Juice, Kenneth S., T. Jarrett, Win S. A lot of names I haven't seen before. Thanks, everybody, tuning in. Rick M., Eric Sawyer, Luke Stevens, Jimmy Jazz, no pressure tonight, guys. Just take your time. Just $1,000 SMWS gift card to the winner on the line.
Jesus.
No pressure, guys. You're about to both look like idiots, and one of you is going to win money. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of where we're at. Like, this is what happens every week. Every single week that we've done this, which actually this has been really fun. That's been multiple weeks. Yeah. Every week that we've done it, it's one of those things where I'm like, tonight's the night where I look stupid again, but may get proof of age a couple times. You know what I mean? And this tonight is literally no different. It is the exact same thing. You hope to get a few cool things right. Mm-hmm. Maybe some barrels, maybe a region or two. The first one's so like dark honey. So sweet. Oh, I need to pull up the I gotta pull up the flavor profiles.
Yeah, the flavor, flavorish. Yeah, it doesn't drink heavy. It's super fruit forward.
Yeah, 100%.
Super sweet. This is candy in a glass, baby.
It is. You know how they call Balmorea like bourbon candy? You know, the Garrison Bros Balmorea is like bourbon candy. Yeah. This is like Scotch candy. Where it is like definitely not, and by no means Texas whiskey. It's definitely like that Scotch profile, but it's got that really sweet, like Christmassy.
It is. It's
tons of caramel. It's crazy.
There's all sorts of there's just a lot going on. Like when I first smelled it, it was like coming off almost like a bourbon. I was getting so much like vanilla, caramel.
Yeah.
And when I got in on it, then came the malt, and then I was getting all like these rich fruit flavors. This thing's nice.
Luke Stevens is asking nothing for the runner-up. These guys are both winners. Second place will get a $250 gift card.
Let's go. You got it, Jason. You win. We'll wrap the whole thing up. I'm gonna drink all these. We're gonna have a good night. You know what I mean? Okay, dude. This is when you swirl these and then you take a drink, right? You swirl them, you take a drink, and then you set the glass down. You're thinking about the drink. You look back down at the glass, and it's just like the oiliest, like viscous. Just coated. It hasn't even barely moved. It's like molasses. It's like it's so incredible.
Yep. Good old cast strength whiskeys. No water added. All those tannins just grabbing the side of the glass.
Damn, that thing is freaking rich. That's giving me all the feels. It is, Dan. You're right. It's very Christmassy. It's got a lot of sweetness to it. I'm gonna spike some punch with this.
Eric Sawyer is asking. He said, "Are these pours random or hand selected?"
We believe they're hand selected.
We believe we've been completely set up 100%. I refuse to believe anything else.
Barter Hordes points out that Scott mentioned random in his video with Jenna the other night. First round was completely random with all 8 teams. The second round, random with a couple of hand-selected bottles in there. Tonight's is, I can't say. Could be hand-selected, could be random.
Oh, could be hand-selected, could be random.
I've scratched proofs. Hold on. 6 times. Great start. We're doing good things. Dude. Well, Jason, cheers to making it to the finals, dude.
Yeah, dude. Who knew 2 freaking bourbon guys would be here, right?
What are we doing except everything right? You know, cheers.
That comes down to palate. I mean, both of you guys have good palates, you know, and look at the whiskey and doing good. So,
gosh, that is so sweet.
And in the past, also for those tuning in that haven't watched before, in the comments before, we have released a list, a Google sheet to share with everybody. They can click on and watch it. We decided not to do that this time since there was a $1,000 gift card on the line. That way there was no accusations of cheating or anything of that. Plus, Dan and Jason can watch the comments as well tonight. They don't have to worry about somebody giving away a clue. So I'm the only one that knows what these whiskeys are. It's pretty, I don't have a heart attack right in the middle of this tasting.
Yeah, if you get hit by a bus, then Jason and I both win $1,000. That's what I heard. Was the
I like your style.
I literally had at the start of the tournament, though, I had like 30 some whiskeys all lined out for each bracket and everything on my breakfast bar over here, and they've been sitting there waiting and then as each one cleared out, I was able to put them back down. So my breakfast bar is finally cleared off now.
Perfect.
Yeah,
back to normal. Okay, this one from a region standpoint is so confusing. And it's not confusing like, is it Isla or is it Space High? It's confusing like, is it Campbelltown, Lowland, Space High, or Highland? It's just everything except Isla. I don't know. Is it finished in 75 different barrels? Or, dude.
So Dan's roundabout way of saying it could be anything.
Except Isla.
Except Isla.
Yeah. Not anything,
yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah. That's fine. That's fair. That's fair based on the nose here. Okay. I mean,
man.
Yeah. I mean, you just kind of got to go with your gut.
It could be young. It could be old. It could be Speyside. Could be Isla. Could be 50%. Could be 65.
The age is throwing me off because of the. I feel like I'm getting a little bit of that. Getting a lot of maltiness on the nose, but the friggin' palate is so rich. Mm-hmm. So is it a young whiskey with just a heavy finish, or is it a longer age whiskey that just is very has a lot of depth of flavor.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I get this crazy nutty toffee note that I haven't gotten a lot of Scotch. That I'm like,
I don't know. Whatever this is, I hope there's some left. Like if there's
right.
Like if whoever wins tonight, this is the first bottle I'm buying. What if it's available?
Right.
Yeah. I'm getting like Tootsie Pop, like
it's
cherry chocolate Tootsie Pop.
So odd.
Gosh.
It's such an odd whiskey. And the color isn't helpful almost at all because it's like dead center color wise. Like it's not super dark and it's not super light. So it's like, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, Scott is the best. Scott and Matt Porter are literally the two greatest blind tasting game hosts of all time.
He's a robot face. You can't.
You could bottle guess it, and he'd be like, "You guys are so stupid, dude." Oh man! All right.
Even like when you get it right, like Leanne and I, we guessed Glen Scotia last week. She didn't even he didn't even make a. We're both like Glen Scotia, and he didn't even make like a move.
Didn't even twinge.
Even though we got it, didn't even just he's like, hey, it's Glen Scotia, so congrats for that. I was
like, he's like, yeah, thought you guys were stupid. You got this one right.
Yeah. Oh man.
This is a good one. And unfortunately, my bottle of this one is almost empty.
I have.
Is there no more? Is there no more of these?
No.
Oh, damn it.
I got everything written down.
Yeah, I think I got most of it. I do have to still figure out a distillery guess, but I think I'm okay.
Oh, I don't even have one of those. Dude, here's the thing. When the first time I looked at the code list for Scotch malt, and I saw that there were over 100 distilleries, and I'm like, I've heard of 7, honestly. Like, I've heard of the ones that you see on a shelf when you go to a liquor store, right? So it's like, it's one of those things where it was like, dude, there's no way I'm pulling. And I know you got like 2 last time, right? You got 2 distilleries last time.
Yeah, but I mean, it was lucky because there was one distillery that I totally identified, peaches and cream, and that was the Longmorn, and I got that one. It's the only Scotch I've had that has that profile. Okay. And then the last one was the Glen Scotia because I actually had that bottle.
That's amazing.
The Mermaid Karate, and I'm like, that's got to be it, and that is what ended up.
Dude, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Say once in a while, you just know. You're like, I know that was whatever. So.
But damn, if this is not delicious. Okay.
Are you both locked in?
I think so.
All right. We're gonna start. Dan, how old is it?
12.
Jason?
I went 13.
Jason, region.
Speyside.
Dan?
I went with Highland.
Dan, ABV.
57.
Jason?
I went 55.
Cask type, Jason.
I think it's a dual cask. I think I'm going to say ex-bourbon and ex-sherry.
Oh, that was the first thing I wrote down.
Well, like it's a ex-bourbon barrel, and let's say, I don't know, Oloroso hogshead.
Dan?
I went with my first barrel was ex-bourbon barrel, like a first fill ex-bourbon barrel. And then my second finish was a ex-rum barrel. I crossed out sherry because I get this weird note and I can't place it, and I have no idea if it's like a distillery. Like, you actually hit the nail on the head when you said, is it heavily finished, or is it like an older whiskey that you're getting the complexities from the age, not the finishing?
Exactly.
Or you're getting the complexities from the finishing. I crossed out PX sherry and wrote rum. So
you had PX. See, I didn't think it was sweet enough for PX. And I get that. that nutty note that you said you were picking up, I associate that with Oloroso. That's why I went Oloroso.
That's fair.
Yeah.
All right, reveal time. This is an 18-year-old. Oh, wait. Flavor profile.
Damn. Oh, shit.
I wrote deep, rich, dried fruits.
I wrote the same.
And we are both wrong.
And distillery. Jason, distillery, possibly.
I did Speyside, so I guessed, where is it? Glenfarclas.
Dan?
I wrote Glenlivet.
All right. Sweet, fruity, and mellow. Yeah, about spun it too early. This is an 18-year-old.
Man.
Sweet, fruity, did have some age on it. Shit.
Speyside. Cask 36.185, a sweet harvest. 55.2% ABV. Double cask maturation, ex-bourbon hogshead, and then it was transferred to a first fill ex-Sauternes barrique.
Oh, saw freaking turns. All right. Well, we picked up it was a double cast. That's it.
We did. We both got that.
Yeah.
Ben Rennis is the distillery. So, Jason, you got the point on the age. You were closest.
Okay.
Jason, you got a point for Speyside. Jason, you got a point for ABV.
Oh, nice. What was it?
55.2. So you're there.
Right.
You're 1.8 away. So Dan, you got a point for that as well.
Nice.
Dan, you got half a point for the ex-bourbon barrel. We had an ex-bourbon hogshead. So you're in the bourbon profile there. Half a point for that. Jason, you got a half a point for your ex-bourbon barrel guess as well. Wrong on the sherry cask and wrong on the rum. Sweet, fruity, and mellow, not deep, rich, and dried fruits. And then, so no extra credit points, and nobody got the distillery, which is, for those watching, can be a complete guess there on the distillery.
I wish, if this will focus, there we go. The top of that are all scratches of proofs. Every scribble up here is just a freaking proof scratch. Like, just over, I wrote 56, 57, scratched it, went to 56, went back to 57, went to 58, went back to 57.
Yeah, Dan, Dan, you usually, like when I watch you on like Malt Madness and shit and doing the Advent, you're pretty spot on with proof usually.
Yeah, I mean,
that's very impressive because I'm terrible with proof. I'm always like, to me, I'm always under. Like I always feel like it's.
You were under by 0.2.
By 0.2. So this way, I was under. Yeah. But like if I'm having a bourbon, it's like I'm like, oh, this is like, I don't know, maybe I'll say like 98, 100 proof. They're like, no, it's 120. Like, what?
Dude, if we were shooting Advent, the last day of Advent, I poured like 100 proof Old Forester bottle and bond as like a control, right? I took one drink and I'm like, that's 120 proof, dude. This is not good. Like, for whatever reason, on that day, it was like, I am 100% sure that's so hot, and it's obviously 100 proof whiskey. Like,
you know what's out? Dan, how old are you now, bud?
How old do I feel, or how old am I? I'm 33.
You're 33?
Mm-hmm.
All right, yeah. So right when I hit like 36, I'm 45 now. But right when I hit like 36 is when like I started getting the
indigestion,
the fucking itis. I can't, like every first sip I take, I'm like, God. Yeah. Like you don't see that in my videos because I cut that out. But normally I take that first sip, I'm like, oh my God. Okay, now I'm ready.
Oh yeah, dude.
I'm popping Prilosec like fucking M&Ms.
Dude, I was trying to get that Prilosec sponsorship last year during Malt Madness. I was reaching out and everything. It was crazy.
Oh shit! All right,
Jason, 3.5 points. Dan, 1.5 points. 2 point lead by Jason.
What's that, Dan?
I said sounds good.
Sounds good. All right, number B.
Number B.
All right, this one's nice and dark. This one's nice and dark too.
That one looks like motor oil.
Oh, my Lanta. Oh, fuck.
Holy.
Oh yes. Dear Lord, that's sweet. Whoa. Wow, that is sweet. Whew.
Okay. I can't believe that. See, this is the problem. We started off with an 18, and if we're being completely honest, neither of us were that close, right? So it kind of messes with you mentally when you're really far off on age, I feel like. This happened to Bart and I. We both guessed like 8 and 11. It was 20.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing, though, because if they're using a second fill, you know, then they got to age it up to get the flavor out, and it may not taste like a second fill. It might taste like a, you know, I don't know. It's just the ages can be weird. Yeah. Oh man, this has a very distinct nose that I am. Okay. All right. I see you.
How many clues you guys or tips you want to give each other, but if you want to talk about it, so for the people watching.
I mean, I like talking about it. I mean, it's not, you know, so you don't have to reveal guesses, but.
Well, the other thing is, like, I don't know Jason's, like when Sean and I do stuff, if Sean says that smells like X, then I'm like, oh, Sean thinks it's this, right? Like, if I say it's nutty, then Sean's like, oh, maybe it's like a beam profile, right? Yeah. So but I don't know Jason's, like, that word, those trigger words, like, to push me towards a distillery or anything. I don't know those for Jason. I'm assuming he doesn't know those for me, because I don't know that Jason and I have ever drank scotch together ever. So it's one of these things, like, I feel like we could say damn near anything. It's not, I don't know that's pointing either of us in a direction at that point. But.
Yeah. It smells like Stag Junior, Dan.
I actually thought it was Stag Senior. So how dare you? Imagine. Scott's like, watch this. It's bourbon. Idiots. Again.
These are all Scotch whiskeys, by the way.
Man, what is that?
All single malt, single casks. Well, we've had some single grain whiskeys, but they're all Scotch whiskeys. Single cask strength from Scotland. No bourbons, no rye.
Man.
The age on that one's hard. Man. Age on the last one was hard too, now that I look at my sheet and know that it was 18.
Big Vic's Backyard BS says Jason's trigger word is Blue Run.
Isn't that the truth?
It is the truth. Anytime my viewers on the live stream want to make me rant, they just fucking put a bunch of blue butterflies in the chat.
There's a bunch of them showing up.
Oh, I get 3 of my new Blue Runs this weekend. I can't wait.
You got the holiday ones?
I got okay, well, obviously the lunar one I had to get because my daughter's name's Luna. So
of course, yeah.
I got the lunar one. My buddy from the channel helped get that one because I missed that one. But I only bought the ones that, like, I actually like the tasting notes on. I think I got 3. So, but they don't, Sealbox doesn't ship to Michigan. So I had to go through, I shipped them to Ohio, and then he's coming up this weekend. So
John W asking Scott, what do you think of American single malt? Man, there's some good stuff out there, that's for sure. And it's a different category. Kind of like bourbons right now, though. I mean, there's a lot of bourbons out there, a lot of new ones. Same with single malts, but I mean, we've had some great single malts from American distilleries. Westland is doing some good stuff. Stranahan's. I don't think Iron Root has released any single malts yet, although I have tasted some in their barrel room that are pretty good. Balcones has done some single malts, all good. Virginia Distillery. Any other American single malts you guys think of?
Have you had the new Jack Daniels one? I haven't had. We have the bottle. I just haven't drank it yet.
It's so I missed that bottle this week here in Ohio. They did a big ass single barrel dump last weekend, and they like released those with like 70,000 old elks and all this other shit that came out. So it's like if you were waiting online, you went in the store, you bought something, then you left, you can't go back in line for like another 20 minutes.
Okay.
And then by the time you come back around, they might have put out the Jack Daniels. So you just never know when they put it out.
Sure.
So I just fucking missed it. I was pissed because Jack Daniels sent me a sample of it, and I thought they did a really good job with it. It's this chocolate raspberry jam type thing on the palate, but there's still a little bit of the Daniels backbone, like the Jack Daniels, like the little hint of like banana nut bread type thing going on.
Nice.
Yeah.
Who was you said Westland, Scott?
Uh-huh.
So there's a brand, okay, and I just get them confused. I don't know if it's the one I'm thinking. There's Westland and Westward.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Which one is the bottle that looks like it should have been taught in a geometry class?
That's Westward.
That's Westward.
I love Westward.
I
love Westward.
Yep. A couple people or somebody said Talnua. I think talking about American single malts. I haven't had any of their stuff, so I don't know. McCarthy's out there. They're out by Westland, out in that area. We've had some of their single malts, good stuff as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I say we, I'm talking Bart and I, the Scotch Test Dummies. The SMWS hasn't had all of these, but
all right, I got all
Del Bach. Del Bach does some wonderful single malts, really good stuff.
Oh yeah, Del Bach. You guys were pretty pretty early on with Del Bach when it came out. You guys were kind of on those.
Well, we had a fan that was sending us them. It wasn't even the distillery, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. Man, this is so. Is it like super floral to you, Dan?
Yeah, sorry, I muted. Yeah, it is.
This one's definitely a curveball. It's very
100%.
It's very floral. I'm not really.
See, I get like a floral, but then I get like almost like a marshmallowy sweetness to it too, which
I mean, it is sweet like on the palate, but the nose is very floral. So I'm trying to think of like scotches that I've had or that are kind of in that space.
Yeah.
I grabbed my water real quick. Left it sitting. Left it sitting on my breakfast bar where the whiskey bottles are not.
And that
this one's tough.
Scotch is so hard.
No clue.
It's just so difficult.
Like I'm not like getting a big cask punch either. So does that like I'm thinking is it second fill? Is it
right?
Fill? Like
yeah.
It's very. Oh man, what the hell is that?
Now, Sean Peake says, "Be careful. I don't think single malt in the U.S. has any legal requirements. At least not the same way as in Scotland."
It will by the end of the year.
Yep, they've got a draft written up that with all the requirements to be able to label something single malt. And I know they had a committee basically comprised of different people in the whiskey business across the states that put it together. So
yeah, I mean it's supposed to be obviously 100% grown in the United States malt. It has to go in off the still a certain distillate. It's got to go in the barrel at a certain. Can't be bottled any lower than 80 proof. It's not. I think they did the right thing because I think it does leave areas for creativity.
Yeah,
because I think you could use used barrels, you could use new barrels, you could use pretty much any oak container that you want.
Good.
You don't have to use a new oak container like bourbon.
Honestly, if American single malt, like if people like Jack Daniels are releasing American single malts as their limiteds now, like I feel like that's something coming. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's almost perfect timing too. I mean, we have a barrel shortage.
Yeah.
So people might be looking to use these used casks in single malt rather than, bourbon. Man, that is such a weird smell. I don't know.
I'm with you.
Yeah. Okay. I think I have some guesses here. Yep.
Dan, you got yours ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Jason, how old is it?
I'm going to say 10.
Dan.
12.
Dan, region.
Highland.
Jason?
I also wrote Highland.
Jason, ABV.
59.
Man, we're close again.
Dan?
61.
Cask type, Dan.
I wrote the first barrel. I just went double again. First barrel, PX Sherry, Hogshead. Second barrel, Oloroso Sherry, Hogshead.
Cask type, Jason.
I'm going to go bourbon and sherry, but I'll probably go PX Sherry as well. I think it's pretty damn sweet.
Flavor profile, Jason.
I'm going to say... Don't think it's that. Shit. I'm going to go with spicy and sweet.
I wrote the same.
Distillery, Dan.
I wrote Highland Park.
Jason.
I went with Klein Leash. Scott's face.
You either got it right or we were a long ways off.
Oh my God. Look how old it is.
This is a Vaults collection release. This is
That
a
makes sense.
31-year-old.
Is that Speyside?
Yes.
Oh,
Ben Rioch is the distillery on this one.
Ben Rioch. Damn.
12.62 Heaven Sent. This was a full maturation in Sherry Oloroso Oloroso butt and then an XPX butt. But
Double sherry?
Double sherry.
Let's go. Hell yeah.
Nice, Dan. Shit.
Love to hear it.
57.9% ABV.
Man.
And it's deep. It's Vaults collection, but it is deep, rich, and dried fruits profile. So
yeah, I didn't get any of that off that train.
I hate to give Dan a point for the guess of the 12 years, but he is closest.
I'd hate to take it if I didn't need it.
57.9, 58.999. Jason, you get a point on the ABV.
Nice.
Okay.
It drinks warmer than it. Man.
You did guess PX Sherry Hogshead and Oloroso Sherry Hogshead. There was an Oloroso butt and a PX butt. So you got a half a point for each one of those. So you do get 1 point there.
Nice.
Okay.
At Dan. And Jason, you get a half a point because you guessed X bourbon and PX.
Yep.
So and nobody got the extra credit points yet either. Both guessed spicy and sweet. It's deep, rich, and dried fruits. And nobody on the distillery yet. So that was 2 points for Dan and 1.5 for Jason.
That was a shit show. Jesus.
That's why it's so damn dark.
Well, the exclusive sherry maturation will make them that dark. But yeah, quite a bit older than what you guys thought.
Yeah.
Ay. Telling you, some of the ages on these.
Yeah, it's hard sometimes. Yeah,
That's what she said.
that's what she said. Yeah. 2 points for Dan.
Yeah, Dan is obviously a butt guy. So
Jason, a point.
Actually true.
5.
Yeah, me too. I mean, boobs are bonus, but I like butts.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
Cannot lie.
Listen, there's no reason to pick one or the other, right? But
that's true.
Jason is up by 1.5 going into the third sample. Sample C.
Okay. Sample C.
Look like an idiot for the third time on the same stream.
Oh, yeah, baby.
I'm going to keep sipping on the ball.
Woo! That. You took, you're supposed to keep your mouth closed, Dan.
Yeah, I didn't. Listen, I didn't take Dayquil because I don't think you're supposed to drink alcohol on it.
Easy, feller.
Scott, you said that one was 58% basically?
57.9.
Okay.
I'm going to keep sipping the Vaults collection.
So. Yeah, why not, right?
Oh, man, that is delicious. That is so citrusy to me. Wow. Ooh.
That last bottle was hand selected.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, I appreciate you selecting a Vaults collection, hand selected.
Yeah. So is the first one, actually, the Sauternes finish one, too.
Hmm.
$31. Jeez, oh, Pete, dude.
And Andrew Beck has a good point. He says, if you're going to guess sherry, always guess but. They are way more common.
That makes sense.
Could be.
It's good to know.
I mean, if you're going, with the, law of probabilities.
Guess but. Man.
You guys getting anything on this one?
Confused as hell.
It's extremely perfumey and citrusy to me.
I agree with the citrus aspect. On the back, I get like a briny aspect of it on the finish.
Something got some bite to it too. Man.
Barter Hordes is taking one for the team here. He says, Scott, I'll volunteer to embarrass myself online if you'll send me 31-year-old scotch.
Yeah, right?
Austin Ludwig, he says, Scott, drinking Highland Stoicism, purchased along with a membership. Great bottle. Welcome aboard, Austin. Nimrax says, plugging 64 items into one outlet seems like a Jimmy McGill thing to do. At ADHD Whiskey, love you, Matt. Because somebody had said something about Dan was plugging a bunch of stuff into one outlet.
Oh my gosh, I forgot. I'm gonna do it right now while I do this whiskey. Dude, C is you said perfumey. I agree. On the nose now. I just get it's perfumey, but it's not like it's not floral or anything like that.
No, it's not floral. Man.
Yep.
Oh, that is nice.
Samuel Strasbaugh's got 2 middle fingers of scotch. That's a good bottle. There's some of those still available on the website.
It's a great name, by the way.
Yeah. That was when Neil Patrick Harris got to name.
Mm-hmm.
Andrew Kelly is asking if any BJ SMWSA picks are still available. I think you still got some bottles.
Yeah, there's still some for sure. Yeah. That's what I think ours is like halfway gone. We just keep drinking it. Sean's been drinking the hell out of it too.
Well, I haven't seen Sean commenting tonight. I can't mute
Time him out. Yeah, I know.
Time out.
He's probably just staying quiet, so you can't time him out if he's not there, or if you don't see him.
Oh man.
Oh. Well.
Mamuka says, "Don't overthink it, boys."
Right?
Yeah, I know. It's just that this is it's reminding me of like one of my favorites, but I don't know if that's what it is though. Yeah.
It's definitely that, Jason. Just go with it. I think that's one of those Russell's picks that you're really fond of.
I think you're right.
Got that cherry somewhere in there. You just got to find it.
Warehouse K. What's a Warehouse K, baby?
All right. I actually have everything written down.
Okay. Let me
She's written down on paper.
I was gonna say, people talking about my stone face when you guys gave your age guess on that last one when it was 31 years old, and you both said like 10 and 12 years old. I about made a face.
You should have just spit out some other whiskey. You should have put it in your mouth and spit it out. Do you have a favorite that off the top of your head through all the blinds, and maybe it's number 4, number 5, and if it is, you can exclude one of those, but one of the favorites that you've had in these blinds for people? I know it's not that easy. That's a lot of whiskey.
Yeah, no, I was trying to think back. I don't know if I really included any of my favorites because I don't want to give that stuff away.
That's fair. Yeah, I get that. I get that.
Outside of that 31-year-old.
Right. Yeah.
Well, you guys, so when I did my YouTube tour, back in, I think it was, February, and I made stops at both of y'all's places. I had that was another Vaults collection, but that was was that 26 or 27? 26-year-old Lefroy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was wild.
Yeah, that thing was crazy.
Yeah. That was ridiculous.
Big Vic's Backyard BS is saying, Scott, how can I buy some of those bottles they are tasting? So with the Scotch Malt Whiskey Society, we're a worldwide private membership Scotch club, basically, society. And you can go to smwsa.com for more information. There's a little link and stuff down in the description of the video, actually, with more details. And if you join up now, you get a $50 before Christmas, get a $50 gift card.
All right, I think I'm ready. Ew. This one was another weird one.
100% agree.
Dan, you got yours? Are you ready? Still.
I'm scratching one thing, 1 second, then I'll be done writing. Okay. I got all my answers written down.
Okay.
All right. Dan, how old is it?
9.
Jason?
I wrote 11.
Jason, region?
I went Highland.
I like the 11 guess, by the way.
No.
I like that a lot.
Dan, region?
I don't even feel comfortable saying mine out loud. I just said Lowland, and I said F it, you know?
Is that a particular area in the Lowlands?
Yeah. That's it. It's a couple mom and pop shops down there, right? And they just
distill
a few.
It's like the really low lowlands.
It's the lowest of the Lind, some would say.
Dan, ABV.
64. That's what. Even if I'm wrong, that's the hottest one we've drank. It had to be. That's crazy.
Yeah, you're right. I actually said 62.
Jason, cast type.
I was getting some weird, funky shit on this.
Is that your guess?
Yeah, weird, funky shit cast.
I got the F it portion of Lowland, and you got the weird, funky shit. So.
I feel like I'm getting a wine cask in here. I don't know. I don't think I'm really getting bourbon. I'm going to say Madeira. I'm swinging for the fence here. Probably all wrong, but whatever.
All right. Dan?
I went with the first fill ex-bourbon barrel.
Yeah, that's probably right.
I actually completely agree with you on like the funky part of it. Like the part that makes it so hard to place. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm trying to figure out if that was a region thing or if it was just like a weird finishing, you know.
Exactly. So I went with that. I don't know. A lot of the citrus notes I usually get in Highland, so I went with that. Like you just kind of go with your gut. So I'm depending on it being more the cask than the actual malt. So I guess we'll see what happens here.
Dan, what's our flavor?
I went with juicy oak and vanilla.
That is what I wrote as well. Juicy oak and vanilla.
Any distillery guesses, Jason?
Oh, go ahead.
I wrote Deanston.
Dan?
Bunnahabhain.
Bunnahabhain?
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy that you guessed that because I almost went with Isla Bunnahabhain. Honestly,
you know what's crazy? I wrote Isla and scratched it. Swear to God.
So did I, dude. Look, I'll even show you. I literally wrote Bunnahabhain and then scratched it, and I'm gonna be really pissed if that's what it is.
I wrote Isla and I scratched it out, and I was like, dude, because here's the thing: I get a briny seaweed note that I relate to a non-peated Isla, but the more I drank it, I'm like, dude, I keep getting vanilla and I keep getting sweetness that I don't get generally from Islas.
So this is what threw me off though, because I was kind of going all in on Bunnahabhain, but I can't remember a non-peated Bunnahabhain that SMWS has released. Yeah, normally they're pretty heavily peated whenever they come out because I kind of keep track of them.
Right.
So I can't remember the last one that was a Bunnahabhain that was unpeated.
Sure.
So I don't know. I don't know. So that's why I kind of went to the Highland, but
I hedged with the Bunnahabhain, obviously.
Yeah. So
it's not Bunnahabhain, but I could almost see that. I mean, it does have. There's a little bit of funk in there, which makes it a little bit different. And that's a good guess.
Yeah. Yep.
This is so the distillery on this one, it's called the Braes of Glenlivet. It's usually only used in blends. I've only had independent bottlings from it.
Shit. So it's a Speyside.
So Glenlivet is a region, and then in there, the Braes of Glenlivet was this particular distillery. This is a Speyside.
Okay.
That makes sense.
113.52, dangerously deceptive. And this one is available right now on the website. Matter of fact, someone had asked earlier if any of these were going to be.
Oh, okay. That one is available. That's a really different profile. I've never tasted anything like that.
It's so crazy.
Yeah. And it's a 12-year-old, spicy and sweet, 63.9% ABV. Dan,
thank God,
with his 64% ABV.
Thank God, we finally reel it in. Jeez, Pete.
Now, and the cast type on this one, I wouldn't guess because it's a refill bourbon hogshead.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so it's bourbon. Okay.
But usually the thing is though with that refill means you've had first fill, second fill, and then refill. So it could be the third or fourth or fifth time there's been whiskey in that barrel.
Oh, there you go. That makes sense then. Okay.
Well, yeah, but I mean, really though, it seems like there's a lot of flavors and stuff coming out of this that really feels like it was still active wood.
Yeah, it was. I was getting some real. I was getting a lot of like malty, grainy.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
Yeah, it was still a pretty active cat. It doesn't. A lot of those refills. I mean, they're just even the color on it. I mean, it's not as much as those sherries.
Yeah.
We a lot of our refill hogshead and refill barrels. There's a lot less color impact from them just because there's not that much flavor left in the wood, to draw out.
Sure.
Yep.
Man. As soon as you said Speyside, it was like one of those things where it's like so earlier today, we have one Lowland whiskey in the entire building. And I drank the Lowland whiskey earlier because I'm like, oh, maybe something I've had. This is the only Lowland I've ever had is this one that we have here. And I'm like, maybe something on this Lowland will like stand out as like some like an Isla would stand out or, whatever. And I drank it and I had been drinking. I had 2 Speysides before and I was like, it stood out because it was good. It didn't stand out because it was so different from a Speyside profile. Like that differentiating them was easy. And the more I went back into this after I crossed out Isla, because I'm like, it's too sweet. After I crossed that out, I was like, is it Speyside or is it just like a Lowland? And that's like the weird part, like the funk part of it, right?
Yeah,
like,
it was the funk that you wanted. That's what was kind of gearing me towards Isla, like you said. So
I'm just trying to place that weird.
Yeah, the weirdness,
the weird sweetness that like was in there.
And yeah.
Okay, so Jason, you got the point on the age at 11, 1 year off.
Nice.
Nobody got the region. You both got a point for the ABV.
Nice.
Jason, you were at 62 at 63.9, so you were within the 2-point range there. Dan, you got half a point for the first fill ex bourbon barrel guess, and Jason, no point on the cast type. There's been no extra credit point still on the flavor profile.
Just nailing the flavor profiles. And
doing a good job.
Dan coming out of that round. Dan coming out with 1.5 points. Jason with 2 points, so increasing your lead there a little bit.
There you go. Oh, you got ABV too? Nice.
Yeah. I said 62. You said 64, and it was 63.
0.9. We're not leaving the 0.9 out. I was
0.9.
We're not leaving. I'm not. I get my 0.1 here. You know what I'm saying? I got to take it where I can get it.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Shit.
Jason back up to a 2-point lead after 7 points after 3 rounds. Pretty good.
So you say pretty good, but if you remove points for every 10 years we were off on age, we would be at almost 0. So
I don't know. I just think we should have lost points for that second one.
We should have.
Like we should have lost at least a half a point for how off we were.
There's a punishment somewhere. 100%.
Yeah, there's a punishment somewhere. Yeah.
Probably it wasn't in the. That wasn't in the rule. So just next time we'll have to clearly state if you're off by more than 18 years on the age, and you're penalized a point.
It's so cruel but true. Oh.
All right, we're on to D.
Yeah, it's time for the D.
All right. That smells great.
Oh wow, that is super sweet.
That smells fantastic.
Luke Stevens is asking, shouldn't it be closest to the closest on proof for the point like age? Yeah, we looked at that after we started the tournament with the first round with all 8 teams. It was 1 point. You had to be within 1 point on the ABV to get the point. And I think after 8 teams competed with 4 different whiskeys apiece, there was like 2 people one time got a point for the ABV. So we expanded it to, plus or minus 2 points, and we've had a lot more people getting in that range.
Yeah.
We had discussed doing the, whoever was closest, but we just thought since for this tournament, we'd kind of already started that way. We just stayed with the same, protocol, really just expanded it a little bit. So maybe next time we'll do who's closest.
No, the one proof point thing. I mean, actually, tonight we would have Jason, we would have already gotten points on the one ABV off.
Yeah.
Because both of us have been with.
I think both of us. The one thing we've been pretty decent at tonight is the proof. So
yeah. Have we just absolutely shit the bed on everything else? I've gotten some barrels right, but have you gotten the regions right at least?
I got one region right. I got the first region right, and then I got the age pretty close on the last one. And the first two we both did go on the cast. I mean, I kind of swung for the fence the last one, but you did really well on the cast, yeah. So we're kind of it's
okay. We're really not doing that bad. Couple two bourbon guys.
I think for two bourbon guys with no main Scotch channels in the mix, I think we're doing all right.
Dude, I'm wearing a glittered T-Rex sweater right now. We're killing it. You know what I mean?
I got the Grinch right next to me, and he's pissed because the SMWS logo is right over his fucking face.
I love that the Grinch is hugging that old wild turkey bottle.
That's right. He loves it.
I love that. All right.
Oh wow, that is some easy sipping goodness.
Mm-hmm. Scott's in a 64% whiskey, right? Then he thought, watch him try to guess this next one, because my gosh, dude, this is Earth and Mars.
Oh my.
Yeah, this is a far drop off. At least it seems that way, but
it feels that way, and we'll see.
Yeah, it feels that way.
This will be the one you and I are both pretty confident on proof, and then we're like 7 ABV off. Never mind.
Yeah, forget
talking about ABVs though, and people getting the point in that first round. Dan, wasn't it you that was off by 1.1?
Yes. Yep.
And you didn't get
in round one.
I couldn't give you the point because he wasn't within one.
Yeah, I didn't get it. I didn't need it. Thank God, but I didn't get it.
I did feel bad on that one, but I was like, "Oh, that's the rules."
Hey, listen, and the rules were stated beforehand. You know what I mean? It's one ABV, and if it's outside of that, it's outside. It's black and white. If it's outside of one, it's outside of one.
Mm-hmm.
1.1. Actually, I considered giving it to you, but I was like, no, I can't do that because it's
rules are rules.
Yeah.
Dude, what? What are we doing? I gotta get more water. What are we doing with that? I mean, that whiskey's we could literally, between the three of us, we could kill that bottle one night, swear to God. Without a doubt.
Oh yeah,
we'd all be hammered, but it would be fantastic.
That bottle is getting crushed.
Without a doubt. I'm gonna grab water really fast.
Yeah. Drinking along with you here. That one is of course they're all tasty, but sample D.
Yeah.
It's a good one. They've all been good, but
Oh, there's some like sneaky richness in here. I don't know.
All right.
Jeffrey talking to the Whiskey Franco. He says, just had an epic Mission Impossible style cork removal with a knife, but you're right. I should probably still strain it. I've strained plenty of cork out of my teeth as you're drinking it. You're like, yep, there's a little chunk.
So one of the greatest memories that I'll ever have in whiskey was with a man named Adam Shelton. And we're at an event last year. And Dan and Julie come get us. Like, hey, Adam wants to share something with you guys. But there's a lot of people at the event. And it was not like a share the bottle with a lot of people type bottle, right?
Uh-huh.
We just go hang out in one of the rooms or whatever. And it's an old Christmas rye turkey, like a dusty Christmas rye. And like the green front label, you know what I mean? Like them.
Yeah, man, those bottles go for. I've been eyeing those for a long time, but yeah,
dude. Obviously, the corks on all the turkeys are just a mess, right?
They're all They always break. They're all terrible.
This was an unopened Christmas rye. Dan Light grabs it, immediately busts the cork, just blows her out. Right.
Yeah, with his fucking ham hocks. Of course he did.
Dude, we literally poured it, and it was like, who friggin' cares? You know what I mean? What are you gonna do? Not drink the friggin' Christmas rye? It's one of the greatest, like one of the most sought after turkeys, within the last million years or so.
Absolutely.
Right. And dude, you know what? Worth every single chew of cork. It's kind of like oatmeal at that point.
Dylan Moss is asking, hey, Scott, what was it like being a cop? We can't go into that on this channel.
What was it like being a cop?
I need a whole separate channel for that.
Yeah.
Different time for a different place.
That is it's a totally different era. Gosh, that is.
That's the easiest. A was a relatively easy drinker. Relatively, this is way easier. Like
it's even easier somehow.
It is, and it's great. It's good and like it's sweet. It's nice. The complexity is enough that you enjoy it, but you could take it and watch a movie with it. You know what I mean? Like you can go out and do stuff with this whiskey. This is a go do stuff whiskey.
This is like just a sit down. All night, sip it. You don't have to keep filling it because it's like a cheap ass low proofer. You could just sip this and just enjoy it. That's a really nice whiskey.
Talking to corks, the whiskey Franco. I did that on a Ball Blair 27 year. Chewed on the cork for at least the last 6 grams of it. Barter hordes. I like a little whiskey in my oatmeal. What?
Oh, because I said it was like the cork's like oatmeal at that point. I stand by that. Dude, and here's the thing: if it's great whiskey, you just deal with it. We didn't have a strainer in a hotel room. You know what I mean? Like we're just hanging out. Oh man, the proof is messing with me on this. Like a lot, and I know that's the intention. But man, is this flavored chapstick? I can't even put this on. I was gonna put on chapstick. It's flavored. I can't do that. That'll ruin everything.
Yeah,
I've been doing so good on flavor profiles. If I put that on, who knows what'll happen?
Okay, I think I have a general ballpark where I'm going to go with this one.
I really love that whiskey a lot.
Me too. It's not. I wouldn't say it's the most complex. I mean, but man, it's got just such great flavors, and the best part of this thing is the finish that it has on it. It's really rich and deep, and it's nice. I dig it.
Dan, you got your answers locked in?
I just have to write one more thing and I'm done.
Vortex 1988. I'd love to know where Jason got that hat. Fire.
I got it the last time I was just at Wild Turkey 2 weeks ago and picked it up. It was in the gift shop. They had a single barrel there that I picked up, obviously. So
all right, I'm done.
Luke Stevens says it sounds like Scott really did you guys nice and sent some hitters.
I think he did.
Every round has been, yeah.
Yeah, every round has been something different, something surprising, but still all delicious.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, are we ready on this one?
I think so.
Yes.
Jason, how old is it?
I'm going high on this one. I'm going to go with 21.
You didn't. What the hell are? No, hold on. I'm not even. You said 20. If it's 21, Jason, I will never think you aren't cheating. I want you to know that. I don't care what. I know that you couldn't possibly have the answers. I'm calling you a cheater. If it's 21 years old, Jason, I swear to God, dude, I will never believe a word you say. There's no way. I went with 13. Holy shit. 21? Oh, dude.
Yep.
Now it's going to be like 27. I'm going to be like, I hate this game so much.
Dan, region.
I crossed out Campbelltown, went Speyside, and that's where I'm at. I finished on Speyside.
Jason?
I went Speyside.
ABV, Jason.
I went 53.
Dan?
Oh, man. This is the first one Jason and I are really far apart on several guesses on. I went 57.5.
Cask type, Dan.
Second fill X bourbon. Barrel.
Absolutely the same thing that he said. Second fill X bourbon.
Flavor profile, Jason.
I mean, I guess do I have to say old and dignified, or can I do another one?
I swear to God, if this is 21.
I mean, I guess it's old. I guess I'll say old and dignified. I don't know.
If this is 21 years old, I
So
need
it's,
you to
well, it's
remove
like the vault. We have vault collections, and then you still get a flavor profile. It's the same with old and dignified. Old and dignified still gets a flavor.
So then I'll just say sweet, fruity, and mellow on this one then.
And Dan.
I wrote light and delicate.
Light and delicate, and then sweet, fruity, and mellow. Okay. It's a lot of freaking flavor profiles.
The thing is it is. Here's the thing. It is sweet, fruity, and mellow. Also, you know what I mean?
Yeah. The only reason why. So this is my whole mindset, Dan. This is why I went high on the age. Usually, if I get a Scotch that's a low ABV like this, or I think it's a low ABV, I'm thinking high age. I'm thinking it's sitting in a cask for a while. Usually, those punch you in the face ones are a little bit younger. So that was basically the mindset.
Yeah.
And that was the mindset.
That makes sense. Oh, I like that. Okay.
Yeah. It wasn't because I'm like, oh my God, that is definitely 20-something years old. I'm going off of the ABV here and what because it's drinking. If it's really
21, I'm a conspiracy theorist immediately. I want everybody to know that.
Oh, I can't wait. This is either going to be a fucking train wreck or it might be good. We'll see.
Dan, distillery guess.
I didn't even write one. I got Glenfiddich. Nope. Yeah, Glenfiddich. I like that one. Let's go with that one. I think they're Highland, aren't they?
I could almost see that. Jason?
Is Glenfiddich Highland?
I believe so.
Okay.
No, Glenfiddich is Speyside.
In the Spey?
Yeah.
It's all right in there together.
Yeah, I picked Glenmoray. So.
All right.
Woo! Oh, this is gonna be bad.
Nope, this is an old and dignified.
I'm off. I'm out. Kick me out.
It's 27 years old.
Kick me out of this stream. I don't want to be here anymore.
It's a 27-year-old Ball Blair. Like, I think, was it the Whiskey Franco whose cork broke off was probably this very bottle. Shelter Under the Palm Trees, 70.43. It's a Speyside. I mean,
is that a vault then?
It's a Highland. No, old and dignified. Vaults is like very few casks get the vaults designation. Sure. Yeah, and then a handful of casks are going to get that truly.
Oh, Ball Blair makes some good shit, but
yeah, I just never heard that name.
I don't get Ball Blair around there off. I know people went crazy for the older casks before they switched to labeling and they redesigned the bottles. People really like the older ones. I'm not sure what they're putting out now. I don't know if it's this good, but.
So our cask type is a second fill X bourbon barrel.
Oh shit, Dan nailed it.
Don't care, Jason. I don't even care.
You both did. You both guessed second fill X bourbon barrel.
I don't even care. Jason.
53.5% ABV.
Just kick me out, dude. I'm done. Just kick me out. I don't care. I'm not trying. I'm not. This is
so. Second Select bourbon barrel, really light, very little cask influence here. I probably would have guessed a refill bourbon barrel even because of how light it is. And after 27 years, that light of color, it had very little influence, from that barrel for those 20 years. So, but yeah, Jason was right on that one. The proof did drop. Now that doesn't always. We had, I think it was a 15-year a while back that was at 47%. Must have been a leaky barrel. Probably caused that. Would be my guess.
Either that or the weather was really shitty. The time it freaking aged.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Good guesses all around on that one. Jason, pretty good.
One and Dan came in second overall for the night. So, anyways, I've never not a conspiracy guy. Now I am. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Well, Lady K points out that Old and Dignified is the red cap, and that's true. That is the red cap, but this was not. I mean, it's either Vaults or Old and Dignified. I was thinking Old and Dignified, but I saw
the purple. I'm like, that's fucking sweet, fruity, mellow.
That's spicy and sweet. That's the
spicy and sweet.
Yep, spicy and sweet on the flavor profile on this one. Okay. Let me look it up real quick because I was thinking Old and Dignified, but that could have been one of the Vaults. But
So what's the difference between? So really quick, you said the Vault collection is like hyper rare, limited, small casks or like smaller yields.
Yeah,
and then Old and Dignified is what?
So in between our normal, so you'd have our normal, single cask releases, and then Old and Dignified could be, 20 to 28, 29, 30-year-old whiskeys.
Okay.
And though you could still have a 30-year-old whiskey though, but it's just the tasting panel feels that it's really outstanding. It's one of those, memorable casks that's just few and far between, and they'll give it the Vaults collection designation.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah. So we'll have more Old and Dignified than we do Vaults collections.
That makes perfect sense.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's I can tell you this was $435. We don't have it labeled, I guess, if it was Vaults or Old and Dignified. So
let it be known that Jason said that this is like a bottle that he could drink in one night and not feel bad. And it was $400. Everybody in chat knows. Okay?
Yeah, now I would feel bad. You know what? But if I'm drinking it with you twos, I wouldn't feel bad.
Fair. Good point.
Yeah.
Now I can tell you though, because I got this one this year, this was probably from December or January, about a year ago probably, but I didn't get one of the black cases with this that the Vaults collection comes in. That's the only reason I was saying Old and Dignified. But that was a good point by Lady K. It should have had the red top. So either way, Old and Dignified or Vaults, but yeah. All right. So Jason.
Yeah. So my bets played out.
Yeah.
Shut up, Jason. You won. Let's go on to E or D. What letter are we on?
E. We're going on the fifth one.
We're on number 8. Number 8.
We don't, dude. It feels like 47. Jason, good game. Cheers. I can't come back. You won. Cheers, buddy.
Oh, it's not over yet.
Yeah, it's not over yet, man.
Scott and Jason, listen to me right now.
Scott might have a daily double.
Scott doesn't have a daily double. The daily double was that being 27 years old and you guessing 21 and 53 proof. Okay, or ABV. Okay,
and the barrel type. Well, hold on, let me calculate. So yeah,
and the barrel.
Jason got the point for the age. The ABV, you guessed 53. It was what, 53.5? Yeah, 53.5. You both guessed second Phil X Bourbon Barrel. You both got a point there. And I'll give Jason a half a point for the Old and Dignified on the flavor profile. Guess for the extra credit point in case of a tie.
We don't need that where we're going.
3 points for Jason on that. 1 point for Dan.
Wait, really? That was not anywhere near as drastic as I thought. Jason basically headshot that.
Yeah,
you got 3. You got age proof. You got region wrong, didn't we? That's why.
Yeah, okay. It was Highland. Yeah,
that was a Highland. That's wild.
Oh shit, that's wild.
Wow, we both missed that was a Highland. That's crazy. That's a Highland. If you said you had
Ball Blair, like would have never. That's crazy. I mean,
if you said you could, dude, that's you guys saying Ball Blair. First time I ever heard it. Sounds like Bel Air, like the Fresh Prince. Anyways,
Prince of Ball Blair. Yeah, people have said that.
Literally, that I'm just dyslexic. I've said that 7 times. So, for real, if you would have said you have 2 guesses on region, Highland wouldn't even have been my second. Honestly,
I feel for entertainment purposes, we just need to move on to. We just need to do the 5th one, even if you feel you're 4 points down. Damn, I think you can come back.
I'm gonna drink this one no matter what on this stream. I'm just saying. I'm
gonna love the shit out of this one because now we're getting into the.
Let's implement a penalty for Jason and Scott cheating against me. Okay, so I would like to implement. Jason gets to taste this whiskey 1 time. Period, and you can smell it 4 times.
I could smell it 4 times.
I don't give a shit. I'm just
2 times per nostril.
Dude, my age guesses every other night have been so good, and these ones are so off the wall. That is crazy. Like I'm so.
I gotta say, I mean, Scott, if you handpicked these, you couldn't have picked 5 more fucking drams that are so effing different. I mean, they're all like super different.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Ooh. The Whiskey Franco wants half a point and a $5 gift card for referencing a 27-year-old Ball Blair.
Well, if anybody in chat's wondering, D is 38 decades old. Is my guess.
E. We're on E.
E. The reason I guess that is actually because 38 decades ago there was this one distiller, and they made this extremely spicy singular note. That just follows along with this specific piece of glass that I actually inherited from those generations. This is Jason's logic on D, by the way. Jason, I am going to write a freaking whole article. I'm going to send it to some blog that's going to post it. And it's about how Jason of the Mash and Drum is switching to Scotch because it's all bullshit. Oh, dude, that was really good, man. For real,
shit,
that was really good.
That was either going to go terribly wrong or terribly right. So,
for sure. The logic behind it made sense. It worked. It was great.
Oh my gosh, this is so sweet.
10 points for Gryffindor. I'm supposed to say.
I know. I thought I'm splittling. Apparently, jeez, Pete. Is 10 a new high score? Going through four glasses?
Ooh, I bet so. Yeah, probably. I think we were 8. I think we were around 8 was a high score in the past.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, he did kill that last. Jason did kill that last one though with 3 whole points on that one.
Yep. I still can't believe that was Highland. By the way, that's wild to me.
And if I was going to cheat, it would have been with Bart. I mean, I surely would want to share the gift card with him. So.
Oh, I know. I'm just giving you guys a hard time, obviously. Actually, it's funny you just said that because I was sitting here thinking to myself, I would love nothing more than to give that one to Bart, like just with blind, and be like, and see what age he called it, because the age thing is obviously a huge wrench in that sample, right? Like specifically,
yeah.
But the low, if you pick up the low proof and then you relate those 2 things, maybe. But
yeah, that last one though, Shelter Under the Palm Trees, the 27-year-old, it had a lot of tropical fruits in it, and a lot of times when you get those Highlander Space Ciders that are that old from those refills, you get a lot of those tropical notes. It just really turns into just a gorgeous, sweet, fruity whiskey.
I'm almost done with this one. This is my favorite one of the night.
Yeah, this one's really nice. Man.
If Dan nails all 4 categories here, Jason doesn't get anything, it's a tie.
Yeah, everybody relax. And I lost the tiebreaker. So that's how that was. So that one's got so much pepper on the back of it. I love that one.
It has such like a perfect mix of like smoke and sweet. It's really nice.
Yeah, I completely agree. That's really good. Congrats, dude. Congrats on the win, man.
Dude, it's not over yet, dude. Shut up. I don't like when people do that shit. That's like saying the Mets are going to win the division and they fucking lose to the Braves. So stop.
I know, but if the Mets are up 700-1 in the ninth,
dude, the Mets were up like 12 games this season. They fucking lost it. So I don't want to hear it.
That's a Mets problem, dude. I think the Tigers suck. If that makes you feel better, I don't know anything about baseball, dude.
Steve Zemansky has a point. He says Dan can pick up a tiebreaker point here. Come on, Dan, nail this. That's right. You could get a extra.
Wait, what if we double tiebreaker?
I know. And we're gonna have to have a rematch next Friday, I suppose.
This is too stressful.
That'd be pretty sweet.
Okay, it's only American whiskeys this time.
Yeah.
Like mix it up.
Could I find 5 more whiskeys?
No, I don't think so. It looks like you're pretty empty back there.
Man, age
I like it. Man, he's fantastic. He's actually my favorite one of the night. B would be my second favorite. And then I don't know the order of the next 3.
I did like C because just how unique it was. But yeah, I'm up there. B is definitely up there for me, and this is now kind of getting into that range. Letter E here.
Yeah, A was the Sauternes finished one. B was the 31-year-old. Then the currently available 12-year-old Dangerously Deceptive. The 27-year-old Shelter Under the Palm Trees. And then this one.
I'm not distracted at all. Listen, I've been nervous every week. Every week I've been like, I'm losing. I've said that in pregame lobby. I said to Rob, I'm like, Scotch channel, I like Scotch. But we're a bourbon channel. You know, we mainly drink, especially right now because it's Advent season. So we're drinking a lot of bourbon. Yeah. So the same thing to Bart. It just comes out like, honestly, one of the advantages I've had through my thing has been I've been getting proof on a lot of the samples. Tonight, on the ones I've been getting proof on, Jason's been getting proof on too, and Jason's been better on age tonight for sure. So I've been doing good on barrels tonight, though. Yeah. Honestly, which surprises me because I, in the past, haven't done good on barrels.
Yeah, you definitely are nailing barrels. But these ages are sneaky.
The ages have been super sneaky tonight. And it happened with Bart. That 20-year peated we had with Bart, I guess 9. I think he gets 11 or something. 20-year-old peated whiskey. It was like,
yeah.
See, those were from Refill Hogshead. It was really pale. You know, Refill Hogshead, and it picked up very little cask influence, over that 20 years. So color can be deceiving.
I am done, and I'm not scratching a single thing. I'm not second guessing nothing. I'm going with the first thing I wrote every time. That's just the move this time.
Okay, I think we could go.
All right, let's see who's up. I think Dan is up with the. Yep, Dan. How old is it?
10. Probably 35. I said 10 for real though, but probably 37.
Jason.
I went 18.
Jason Region.
Isla.
Dan.
Isla. It's probably Peter Highland. We're both idiots.
Yeah, it's probably like a peated space side, some special release.
Mm-hmm.
Glenn Fiddick without the peat.
Dan, ABV.
61 is what I wrote.
Jason?
56.
Cast type, Jason?
Ex-bourbon.
I said second fill ex-bourbon.
Oh, yeah, you can put me now. No, I'll stay with first fill.
First, if you're going to put first fill on there, you want bourbon Barrel.
Yeah, bourbon barrel. Yeah,
I want barrel.
Yeah, barrel.
Barrel.
Actually, you know what? Based on the age, I'm sorry. I'll go second fill as well, just based on the age.
Oh, we're just changing answers now. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
we're changing answers. All right.
Based on the age, I think it is. I don't know.
Flavor profile, Dan.
I wrote lightly peated.
Jason?
So did I.
It might be normal peated.
It might be normal peated. I was wavering, but
it's kind of soft though.
It is.
Distillery, Jason.
I did Bamore.
Dude, I didn't know that Bowmore was an Isla distillery for so long. I wrote Bunahaman.
All right. Now, after tasting the others and coming into this one, when I first had it, Kalila popped into my mind. I know it is, but Kalila popped into my mind.
Yeah, I thought that at first, but Kalila gives me a very weird aftertaste, so I didn't go Kalila. So I don't know.
We do have, this is peated, not lightly peated, and it's a Highland, like Dan just said it probably is.
Oh, okay. It is a Highland.
It's a Lacheg, 42.70 Swash and Buckle, a 14-year-old refill ex-bourbon hogshead, 56.7%. Jason, right on at 56 on the ABV. You both 14 years old, so you both get a point there at 10 and 18, both 4 years apart. It's not an Isla, it's a Highland. Jason gets the point on the ABV. You both got, it is a refill ex-bourbon hogshead, so half a point for both of you on that one. 1.5 points for Dan, 2.5 points for Jason, extending his lead. Jason is the champion.
Nice job, man.
Thanks,
SMWS Malt Master.
Nice job, dude.
Do I get a fucking medallion or what? Do I get like a big like plate and spoon I could pour my scotch into to wear around my neck? So I could just
We'll have to do that next year. Yeah.
If you don't have those, you should have it.
For those watching too, Dan is a little under the weather, so that could have hampered him a little bit.
I wouldn't have gotten these ages like completely sober, in the best, whatever I've ever been in. So
really, it was the channel though. Sean could have subbed in for you, but you didn't trust him. Sure. He said you still thought
he's not going to let you forget that. You didn't trust Sean.
Dude, the last time Sean was on one of these, he got clapped round one. It was over. Like, I mean, what are we doing? Sean hasn't won a blind in 6 months, dude. What are we throwing Sean in here for?
I thought that being under the weather, he had a better chance than Sean did, fully healthy.
Yeah, honestly, at 7.5 points, I still believe I got more than Sean would have. So,
I gotta say, Scott, this was awesome. Thank you so much. I hope next year you get more people involved. This is a lot of fun.
Yeah. We'll have to. We'll look at it for sure. This was some putting together here, though. Because that first round, I had different whiskeys for everybody, so that if you guys were watching Bart and Bill, the whiskey dick that.
Oh, so they each had a different flight.
No, they had the same ones, but you got whatever flights you were in, you had different whiskeys.
Oh, okay.
So that you couldn't watch one of the other, so there was 16 whiskeys involved in just the first round, and getting samples out to 2 different people. So, but yeah, we can definitely expand it though. We'll have to next year. And I know Matt was in here tonight. We need to get him involved, I think. Porter.
I texted you. I forgot to. I literally looked at your text and forgot, and I just texted you tonight on this stream so I wouldn't forget. So,
all right. Well, Jason, you'll get $1,000 gift card or 10 $100 gift cards, and you can do whatever you want with them. Dan,
good job, man. Congrats.
Dan, you'll get a $250 gift card or $100 and a $50.
Damn, Dan.
You can. But
I gotta say, I never, like Dan said, we've never drank scotch before. It's always been bourbon. So I definitely grew some respect for Dan here with his scotch acumen. So cheers, man. That was a great job.
Listen, man. The next time we blind something, we're blinding all blue runs. You're gonna love half.
He's gonna send me every different color, sneakerized, fucking butterfly he has. Oh my god!
Hold on, Jason, you're gonna love this. You want to see what shoes I was wearing for this whole stream?
I'm about to order the new LeBron Grinches coming out.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Oh man, no, Scott, this was a lot of fun, man. Thank you for putting it together, buddy.
Yeah, thanks, Scott. Appreciate it, man.
And thanks you guys for participating. And that was a big ask. I mean, at first when you're looking at, three possible, you guys that were been here for 3 nights, 3 weeks. So, I mean, it's a big ask and we're all busy. So it's like trying to find people that are available, that much as well. So, but no, thanks to you guys. Congratulations, Jason. Dan, same to you. 2nd place out of 8. 2nd place is just the first loser, as somebody in the comments said earlier.
True. Game first or last.
That's right. Little Talladega.
Matt says he wants a $1,000 Adam and Eve gift card for his participation in a foreign tournament. I would love to see Matt in a Scotch tournament, to be honest.
I don't know what Adam and Eve is. I don't know.
Adam and Eve is one of those naughty stores.
All right. Well, thanks to everybody that tuned in. Appreciate it. And we'll see you next year. We'll have some smaller ones of these off and on throughout. But as we say on the back of our bottles, SMWS whiskey's not for swigging, glugging, or knocking back. Please drink responsibly. Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.